naturally happens. We often see a lot of commonalities in crews. So we already talked about which hand leads the exit. Pretty clear what hand's leading your exit, right? So lifting straight up, and then you don't have any pressure to help your hips start moving around. So you're throwing that outside arm and shoulder forward and pulling that inside arm back, right? You're leading with the shoulders and the hands instead of the hips. So very similar advice to what we had here. So a couple things that we talked about in the boat that I want to address here. Actually, I guess we didn't talk about paddle in the hand, but we'll talk about that first. So in terms of holding the paddle should fit easily in your hands. Don't tell me that your hands are too small. Don't tell me that your paddle magically doesn't fit in your hands. It will fit into your hands. The bottom hand should hold your paddle like a hammer. Okay? It should fit all the way. If my top hand over manipulates my blade, it no longer fits in my hand like a hammer. So that's a good indication in terms of top hand pressure. If you can't hold your paddle like a hammer, you're doing too much with your top hand, or doing something that it shouldn't be in terms of the extension. So hold it like a hammer, top hand, palm over T-grip, wrist neutral. So the back of my hand lines up with the back of my forearm. There's no crink either way. There's no wrist work. It's just straight. So thinking about that. And again, when that doesn't happen, one of two things is happening. Either I'm using my shoulder to help create rotation, my inside shoulder, or I'm creating the illusion of reach. Look how far my paddle is up. So keeping those hands extended. Second thing I want to talk about is see what's happening here, where your chin's kind of disappearing, right? And you see how the shape of your shoulder is disappearing as you do that? So there was one of the boats that I talked to this about. When we did the rows, when Matt and Tina took you through the rows, we talked about keeping those scaps, your scaps retracted, right? Shoulders back and down, because that's a strong position for them to pull from. So what that looks like in the boat, right, is if my shoulder blades are back, even though I'm reaching forward, if my shoulder blades are in good, strong position, my shoulder has a definite outline. Would everyone agree that my shoulder has a pretty definite outline there? Now what happens if I throw my shoulder forward out of its socket? See how the shoulder rounds and the definite shape disappears. Okay. For you, there's a little extra element where you're kind of shrugging, like that's what we're seeing there. So that's why we can't see your chin. It's because you're trying to create extra reach here. It's not a strong position and it puts you at risk. So keep your shoulder blades back. You're still reaching forward, but you're reaching forward from a strong position as we do so. Part of that too can be related to the rotation. We want our chest to face the blade. We don't want to be here where you're feeling the stretch through your side. We want to be here where the stretch is from the core. Right? There's a really, even if you just do that on your, grab your paddle next time you're home, feel where you feel the stretch. Feel where you feel the stretch. When you feel here, when you feel here.